Summarizing Excel data can take various approaches. You can either use a pivot table or use functions. In this session or video, I'm going to use SUMIF and SUMIFS, or the use of functions. You've been provided with data from column A all the way to column M. The first column is region. We have market. We have sales date, sales list price, unit price, quantity, and sales amount. In order for us to summarize this data using SUMIF and SUMIFS, we need to prepare our data. And preparing means assigning names to ranges, so that, for example, M2 to M6920 refers to as sales amount. So because we are going to give these names to multiple columns, we'll need to use the create from selection tool here. Click create from selection, and I'm going to use create names from values on the top row. Then click OK. When you check under the name manager, you will see that names have been assigned to all my columns. So the first report I want us to build is a report of sales amount by business segment. In this dataset, we have 4 business segments, that is by clothing, components, and accessories. So to get a unique list, we're going to pick the entire column E, Control Shift down arrow, copy and paste it into a new sheet in the same workbook. And I paste it there. Once I paste like that, I need to remove duplicates. So I go to the data, tap on the ribbon, and choose remove duplicates. Then I click OK. That one gives me 4 entries of the business segments. Now, the function that we are going to start with is the SUMIF. The SUMIF function sums, what it does is the SUMIF adds the sales specified by a given condition or criteria. And for this case, our criteria will be the bikes, clothing, components, and accessories. And the adding field or the sum field will be the sales amount. So I'll tap that, then Control plus A to get the function arguments. The first function argument tells us is the range, and the range is sales of which you want evaluated. So we want to evaluate the business segments. Pick the business segments, then pick the criteria. We're telling Excel to go to the business segments, pick bikes, then sum for me the sales amount. So I pick the sales amount right here. Then I click OK. Then drag this down so that I can get the total sales amount. You can cross-check that by summing the total business segments against the total sum for sales amount. And you can see that it's exactly the same. It's 81,015,212.09. Then we rename this SUMIF. The second example is using SUMIFs for multiple criteria. In this example, I want us to sum the sales amounts by business segments and the market. So we go ahead and get the list of unique values for the markets. Control Shift down arrow, copy that and paste into a new sheet. And I'll paste it here and remove duplicates as earlier done under SUMIF. Then I'll get 10 unique items will remain from the market. Bring the values from SUMIF and transpose it to where we have the market. So I transpose this here, right click on B1, then paste special, then transpose that from column to row. So I get the values there. Next step now is to compute or calculate the total sales amount by market. As suggested, I use SUMIFs because I have 2 criteria. I have the criteria that is coming from the market and the criteria that's coming from the business segment. Control plus A to load the function arguments dialog box. So the sum range, as we noted earlier, is the sales amount. So I'll pick that from using formulas, then sales amount. You can also use the shortcut key F3 to pick. So the criteria range is the business. We can either start from the market or the business segment. For this example, I'm going to use the market as my first criteria range. Then on the market, the criteria will come from southeast. Then because I'm going to drag this down, I'm going to only lock the column. So this will be F4. So I only lock column A, so that it doesn't move if I drag this to the right. Then the second criteria range is the business segment. and the criteria is coming from row number 1. I'll pick bikes and lock row number 1 so that it doesn't move if I drag down. Then I click OK. Now you can copy this to the right and copy it downwards or double click at the corner to get the total amount. Then I format this as currency so that they are clear. Then I name this SUMIFs. So in summary, SUMIF and SUMIFs gives us a quicker way of summarizing data and having control over what we want to pick. For example, by using cell ranges and criteria ranges. Thanks for watching. My name is David Kandia.